Hi, I'm Dad Williams, and you are listening to the TigerTalk Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TigerTalk Podcast, the official Gloucester City AFC club podcast. I'm your host, Noah Woodland, joined by my co-host, Morgan Turner-Green. Morgan, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks, Noah. I'm doing really well. How are you?
Yeah, good. We've got a special guest on today. We've got none other than Gloucester City striker and Cheltenham loanee, Sopuruchukwu Obieri. Sops, how are you today?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, it's a special guest today. We've gone from Ed Williams, the experienced pro, to Sops, who's got his whole career in front of him. Sops, we'll start today with your early years in football. Talk us through being a Gloucester boy, your youth teams and who you were playing for, and what sort of time you were picked up by an academy.
Yeah, so growing up, I always liked a ball at my feet. In the house, always kicking the ball, being a nuisance, breaking things. So my mum quickly, decided that she'd get me enrolled in a football team, just to get me out of the house and just keep me like enjoying the sport that I liked at the time. So so she enrolled me at Abermead Rovers, and I just was enjoying my football there. I think a season or 2 seasons after, I then transferred to Cheltenham Wanderers. And I was just really enjoying it. It was shining, scoring, picking up man of the matches, and I think it was in a tournament where I was highlighted and identified by a scout from Cheltenham.
And you always been that clinical striker breaking records, or have you ever played anywhere else on the pitch in your youth days?
Yeah, I was in the net as a keeper. So I used to start goals, like create the play, but I was a very adventurous goalkeeper, so I like to climb up the pitch, try to get involved, and I used to cost our team a lot of goals. So the coaches, they quickly spotted that he's not a goalkeeper, and moved me up the field.
And a little bit more on that. Imagine if they hadn't moved you up, you might not have been the Sops that we know today.
I know. It's crazy how football works.
And so you get picked up by Cheltenham. Is that through them spotting you and them bringing you for a trial, or just for a training session?
Normally it's through you do a trial. My case, I had to do 2 training sessions. And they just really liked me. So and then after that, I just signed with them.
And obviously, in and around the Cheltenham days, I read that you spent a year at West Brom. Just talk us through that move and how that came about.
Yeah, so I was at the development centre. West Brom have the academy and the development centre. So I used to do training nights, Monday, Wednesday. And you just like extra sessions on top of the club you played for on a Saturday, just to develop you as a player. And then so I was there, just progressing through the age groups, and then I think the head of recruitment at West Brom, he comes to me and he says I progressed really well, and he thinks I'm ready for a trial with the academy. So he gives me a 6 weeks trial. So my schedule starts to change, and so after school I'm getting dropped off now by my mum on her bike, because she couldn't drive then, at other players' houses, just to take me up to the training sessions. Didn't play a game with them, but just a 6-week training trial. So that's how that came about.
And so then you're at Cheltenham up until now. What have those years been like, and what's it been like progressing through a club like Cheltenham Town, an established league club?
Yeah, so my first year under 10s, I joined under 10s, so I was 9. I played my first game against Liverpool, and it was just a massive reality shock. Like, wow, the standard is so high, everyone's just good on the ball technically, everyone's quick, so you have to adapt quickly. We lost that game 10-3, I think. I scored 1, but it's where you want to be at that kind of age, playing against your Liverpools, the top teams, the top academies, and just being in academy football, I think it's massive at that age. But that was my only season I played with my age group. So after that, I came back in pre-season, and the coach at the time, had a meeting with me, just saying that I'm going to spend the rest of the season with the age group above, because physically I was more developed than my peers, so it would be doing me a disservice if I didn't develop my technical aspects as well of my game. So yeah, I played an age group above, and then since then I didn't look back. I played age group above throughout my whole time at Cheltenham. And I think that just helped me, not just physically also, but also technically. I couldn't just rely on my physicality, and I had to find other ways to beat players, to score goals, and
Yeah, you dropped a few clubs in there. You must have been to a fair few training grounds then. What best training ground you've been to, you think?
I think I'd have to say Tottenham. Tottenham
Really?
was a really nice training ground. They had so many pitches. It was cut beautifully.
Yeah, so you come through to Cheltenham. I think you've always been a striker there, I guess, at Cheltenham, and like you said, putting you up an age group. What is that a daunting experience for you, or have you always been that confident player to push through and just try your best when in any age group you play?
Yeah, I think you see that as a reward. Training a year above. It's not a common thing, especially that young. You see it as a reward, like you're doing really well. Obviously, it can be a bit challenging because you have different that's what I say, banter with your mates and the year above. It's a massive jump because what they might find funny, you might not find funny, and what you might find funny, they might not. So it is a massive jump in terms of that. But I always backed my ability when I was across, and I was there for a reason. So yeah, I always just believed
Nah, good.
And obviously, talking about playing up an age group, there was also a time where you were playing at your age group, playing against other primary schools, and I've got the stat here, record-breaking 86 goal season for Gloucester primary schools, smashing the last record, which was 66. Just how does it feel to hold what, some might see it as a small achievement, but it's actually, local football is quite big for the community.
Yeah, at the time, I was just really enjoying my football. I think it was every game I was just getting 2 or 3 a game. Just really enjoying it.
Mental.
Playing alongside really good players as well. And we had a good team that year, it was a record-breaking team, which helped, me produce those record-breaking stats, because I think we won every single trophy we were in. It was such a good team, and I really enjoyed those years.
So if you're scoring 86 goals yourself, then I'd kind of expect the rest of the team to surely be smashing every other record in sight.
Yeah, exactly. We had, midfielders would be scoring 30 goals, which is incredible. But we had such a good team. We beat some top schools as well, and I think the program is really good at Gloucester schools. It really helps the local players from Gloucester, to showcase their talent and just to enjoy playing football. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I saw a picture of you with Gloucester City legend Tom Webb. I think when you were at Gloucester schools, you mentioned a little bit there on the setup. What are the coaches like? Because obviously the players are always going to be quite good. It's more the coach's job to tailor that experience and sort of tailor each player to play in their best position. What was the coaching like when you were there?
Yeah, the coaching was really good. I think they always focused on the team and then helped individuals along the way. So we had Bob Owen. Bob Owen was the main person. I still see him, to be fair, at some of the games. I saw him yesterday at Farnham. But he's a really good coach. He helped the whole team. He prepared us really well for games as well, so we knew what we were going into. And it was just a really good team. We had a really good team that year, and everything just clicked.
And is there any names you can remember? Anyone else who's made it through to a decent level and playing in that age group?
Well, we had we had Woody Burgess, who's at Aston Villa now. My age, Charlie Capel, who's with me at Cheltenham. I think those are the main two. But yeah.
Ah, good. It's always something that's big in Gloucester, isn't it? The Gloucester schools. Even when I was that age, even just to be picked for them is crazy, but yeah, to hold the record must just be such a good feeling, and yeah, it's something you should definitely be proud of. Morgan, should we move on to the next segment?
Yeah, we can do. We've got some quick fire questions. I think no explanation needed. I'm just going to rattle off some questions and you can tell me what you think. So first one, favourite film?
Favorite film. I'll have to say, I don't watch films like that.
Any TV shows?
Little back in the day, little Disney film or something that you remember watching.
Nah,
You can pass if you want to.
I don't know.
Not really a film guy.
Nah, I'm not a film guy.
Favourite artist?
Favorite artist, Burna Boy.
Burna Boy.
Yeah.
Favourite Burna Boy song?
Love. You just released that. I think 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Just keep playing that one.
What about album?
Favorite album. Nah, there's too many.
Too many.
I can't name.
Favourite food?
Favorite food. Jollof rice with chicken. It's a bit it's a delicacy, African Nigerian one.
You
back home.
don't think the Ghanaian one's better, no?
Nah, no chance.
Hardest position on the pitch, but I've got a feeling you might say goalkeeper now.
Hardest position on the pitch. Nah, it's not goalkeeper. I'd say left back, right back, full back. Yeah.
Okay. Childhood team?
Man United.
Same as Ed Williams again, yeah.
2 United fans.
Favourite holiday destination?
I've only ever been on one, like proper, but I have to say Montenegro. Yeah, it's a nice one.
Favourite player of all time?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
That kind of ruins my next question, Ronaldo or Messi, but I think I know where you're going. Dream FA Cup draw?
What, with Gloucester, yeah.
Just
any time.
Any draw. Say you're watching the draw and it's
Yeah.
your team you're playing for.
Yeah.
Away at
Man United.
One word to describe the way you play.
Powerful.
And is there any players you modelled your game off, like particularly?
Model. I think I've taken a lot from every single player, so it wouldn't be one player.
Yeah.
But I think what I've watched, Hazard, Lukaku, Haaland, and just loads of them. Just try and model my game off all of them.
And the last one here, the first game you remember watching as a child?
Man United versus Aston Villa.
What was the score?
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
There we go.
1-1 draw.
that probably wasn't even that long ago, was it?
Yeah, that one far away. I think that was 2014, 2015.
The first game in 20. That just makes me feel so old.
Crazy, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, we'll move on now. We're at the current, a few years ago from now, Cheltenham, you become you've got the record for Gloucester schools, and now you also hold the record for Cheltenham's youngest ever player. You come on in the
It's the EFL trophy.
EFL trophy, yeah. Well, Darryl Clark's the manager. Is it something that you know you're going to be involved in, or is it just Sops you're coming on?
Yeah, I get told on, I think, so the game's on a Tuesday. I get told on the Saturday that after the game, so we had Oxford, I think it was Oxford United away. Then after the game, I get pulled aside by the coaches and just get told you've got a high chance. So nothing confirmed, but you've got a high chance that you'll be involved on Tuesday with the first team.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, yeah, my mind's racing. My heart is just, I'm just so happy, but obviously I don't wanna get ahead of myself because like they said, it's not confirmed. So anyways, fast forward to Monday. Tuesday. And I'm just in school. I just can't stop. I'm in the lessons, but I'm not listening. I'm not, my mind's just for Tuesday. Because then I've been told the Monday night that I am involved. Mm. So, but because I'm still in school, they can't get me to come and train on the Monday. So it was sort of a turn up thing to the stadium. So yeah, so Tuesday comes and I'm in school doing the lessons, but yeah, can't really concentrate. And then the bell rings, school's ended, so I'm just trying to get home. And then get across to the stadium, and I just see my surname on the back of the shirt, and it's a surreal moment. Going to the pitch, warming up. The game wasn't great, we were losing 3-0. I get told to warm up, And then, before I know it, I'm on the pitch. And yes, amazing feeling.
And I think John Palmer, the Cheltenham correspondent, he made a big post about it. You know, when you get back in the dressing room, get on your phone to see you've broke the record. What's that like for you?
Yeah, it's surreal. It was, it didn't sink in at the time, but then as the days passed, it was like, wow. And to be playing at 15, it was a massive achievement, not just for me but for my family. And I just thank God, for giving me the opportunity, and just being able to, play the sport that I love. And
Darryl Clark, who obviously gave you the chance, what was he like as a manager and for you to work under?
Yeah, he was a top manager. He liked the youth a lot. So before, it was not just me that came on. It was like several of academy players that came on at that time, and that was because he came to watch us against Bristol Rovers in the FA Youth Cup. I think it was the week before. So he was really keen on the youth. He was a really good manager, and he was unlucky not to keep us up. I think we went down by 2 points. So a really good manager and somebody that I have to be grateful for.
Yeah, obviously, it's still a really young career for you. You've got such a long way to go, but in that debut game, against West Ham under 21s, was there anyone on that game that you played against that particularly stood out to you?
There was some top players. I think there was Divin Mabama, Ben Johnson played that game.
Wow.
There were some top players. There was Ollie Scarles. West Ham are a good academy, so they produce a lot of players. But they just stood out to me like, wow, because they moved the ball 1-2 touch, and it was just bam, bam, bam. You couldn't get near them. So it just stood out to me.
I was gonna say, I think looking at those players you've seen, Ollie Scarles made loads of appearances for West Ham in the Prem. Mabama gone to Man City, obviously now at Stoke on loan. Is that seeing those sorts of players play in these games? Does that give you that confidence? Be like, right, if I've seen these guys do it, say Ben Johnson, like so many Premier League appearances, that give you the motivation to go and achieve the same? Yeah,
100%. I think that's the motivation. I think in football you have to strive for the highest level possible that you can play. And for me, that's the Premier League. I think it's everyone's dream. So I know there's a lot of hard work to get there, but that's my dream.
And I see a lot online, like fans saying, "Oh, why do we play this competition? It's a waste of time." But for me, I just think it's so good, not only for senior players who need fitness, also for you guys who want to get first team appearances. Like, it's given you the chance to obviously hold that record now, that piece of history in Cheltenham Town's history. It's I just think it's really important, and it's given you a chance to come up against players like that you just mentioned, Mabama, Johnson, Scarles, players who are established in the Prem. How important is that competition to you, as some of us might feel that it's like I said, a bit of a waste of time?
Yeah, it's a very important competition. I feel like it gives young players an opportunity where they might not get in the league, because the league is seen as more important. But I feel like the FL Trophy is something, or the Virtue Trophy is called now, is huge for the academies, not just Cheltenham, but I think all over England, just to allow players to showcase what they have, because a good performance in that competition might lead to you discovering the next top player, and then that you might be able to put them in a league game. So it's really, really important.
And you see, was it Obieri 39 your number? Yeah. Is that something you choose, or are you just allocated that?
No, I just allocated it. After the game, I was allowed to keep it and take it home. So I've got it. I've got the shirt back at home.
I love that.
Nice. Obviously, you're saying how young you were at that time. I read, again, shout out to John Palmer in his article about you, that you used to wake up at 5:45 in the morning to train before school. Now, I couldn't imagine doing that when I was in school. I barely even got there for whenever it started. Just talk about how, I don't know, the dedication it takes to actually get up at stupid times and I say train before school.
Yeah, so it was an idea given to me by my uncle, to get ahead of my teammates. So at the time, I think it was a year or a year and a half before scholarship decisions, And we were just looking at me improving. Obviously, I was a top one of the best players in the age group. I was still playing a year above. But yeah, it was just a decision an idea he gave me, like before school, to go do runs, to go and get sprinting, to get quicker, to get more stamina, so then I could perform better on a Saturday. So it was something I do. So if we weren't training, the days that we weren't training, or the days that we were training, I'd wake up early in the morning, do a run, so whether it was 10 laps, whether it was 5 laps, just to get the stamina and then some sprints. And then I'd have to race back home, shower, and get ready for school. And then after school, go and train for the academy. So those kind of things help you, they're extra 1%, which over a long period of time, they stack up, and, you see yourself become better, you see yourself become quicker, stronger, and then, it just shows on the pitch.
And you say your uncle gave you that advice. I also remember reading in the article that your brother and sister also play football. So is it is it a big footballing family?
Yeah, it's a huge footballing family. My brother, he's gone off to uni now, but yeah, he was at Tuffley Rovers. He played for them. And my sister's at Gloucester City women's, but the women's side of it. But yeah, everyone in my family loves football. I think it's just a massive part, of where we come from. Football is a sense of joy, and yeah, I'm just so grateful for it.
So we get to now. You've had a few loans recently. You've gone to I think Worcester, Hungerford. Am I right?
Yeah.
The first one, Hungerford.
Yeah.
So is it something that the Cheltenham youth coaches were, we're looking to send you out on loan? Is that something that they provided for you, or did Hungerford come in for you?
I think it was a bit of both. So obviously from September to January, I was smashing at the 18s. I think I'd got 20 goals or around about that by January. So they were looking to try and push me. Coincidentally, Ellis Watts had left Hungerford to come here. So Hungerford needed a striker or spot to be filled. So I think Cheltenham put it out that obviously for me to get a loan, but obviously Hungerford as well were looking for somebody. So I think it just worked. It worked out at the right time.
Yeah, and what was that time like at Hungerford for you?
I'd say it's a bit frustrating. It was a bit frustrating because I didn't really play. I think I got about 3-4 minutes in the league, and then I think half an hour in the Berks and Bucks Cup, like equivalent of the County Cup for Gloucester. And then that was about it. So I wasn't really making the squads, because at the same time they went to go and sign Jordan Ibe, who was massive in terms of commercial for them, so they couldn't leave him out of the squad. So I was struggling to make matchday squads. So I spoke to Cheltenham, and they just agreed that it wasn't working. So I got recalled. And
you go to Worcester then on loan for the rest of the season. They obviously got promoted. What was that experience like for you? Yeah,
that was good. I remember my first game. We had played against. It's flown off the top of my head now, but we played against the team. We drew 3-3. I scored and got an assist. So yeah, it was a really good debut. And yeah, I just really enjoyed my time at Worcester. We pushed for playoffs. I remember when I first joined, we were inside, and it was a bit of, will you make it or not? But we had a good squad, and we done really well in the playoff final.
And so that gets us to now. You said about Hungerford, a bit of frustration. It's quite a long way to go, to not be playing.
Yeah.
Do you say Gloucester's, sort of the perfect club where you've been growing up, where you've been situated to play the same level as Worcester obviously do now, and Hungerford? Do you think that Gloucester's, good suit for you?
Yeah, Gloucester's a perfect loan. As soon as I heard about the opportunity to go to Gloucester, I almost jumped at it because the location is brilliant. The level is top. It's the best team in the league. So yeah, everything just ticks all the boxes. I heard Daft came to watch one of the games at against, who did we play? Played against Bishop's Cleeve in pre-season, Cheltenham. And yeah, he came to watch the game, so he was in the stands. And yeah, so I got told that by Pinchy because obviously he was in charge there. So when I found out that the opportunity was there, it was a no-brainer because it's just the best. It's the best team, isn't it, in the league? And so I just took it, and obviously the level that I wanted to play at as well. Having come from step 4 to step 3, it just matched everything.
And the Gloucester City fans, they're on to you straight away, giving you the support. What's it like? You got yourself a chant now. What's it like hearing that and their support? Is just monumental for our season, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I think they're really, really loyal supporters. They go home and away everywhere just to watch the team play, which I think is outstanding because they must have jobs as well, have things as well, and coming into the non-league culture of things, people doing jobs and playing. So it's really helpful for us as players, to have them on the side. And they're like our 12th man, aren't they? Just spurring us on to just get results. Yeah,
and will you ever come into any Gloucester City games when you were younger, or little mascot or something like that? Do you remember any younger memories?
I didn't really get the time to, because obviously the schedule at Cheltenham was so full on.
Yeah.
We play Saturday and then play Sunday as well, so we didn't really get those days to have a Saturday off or what you do, come down and watch. But I just always remember the city always being united by the football club. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, I'll just keep on. This season. What has it been like working under Daff? As you said, you came to watch a game. When we were speaking to Ed last time, he was telling us about how the culture that he's instilled has been just night and day compared to what it maybe was like a couple of years ago. Just how much of an impact has Daff had on you for the start of this season?
Yeah, Daff's is a brilliant manager. He goes into detail a lot. He's a very detailed manager. He knows his stuff. He knows how he wants the game to be played, the style he wants to be played. The tempo and everything. I think his formation as well. It works against majority of the teams that we play against. And he's open to adapting it as well, changing, varying, depending on who we come up against. I think he's gonna have a good career in the game as well, because I think this is only it's his first season as a manager.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can tell he's top. Yeah. And
just looking at the rest of the squad, is there anyone in particular you'd highlight who's been a massive impact on you? Obviously coming on loan and there's a lot of experienced heads in the dressing room.
Yeah. Everyone really. KT's helped me settle in as a captain. Pinchy, he was the first person I spoke to, because obviously he'd been at Cheltenham. Rico helped me. So Hanksy, I think a lot of the players, they took me under their wing, and I'm just really grateful for that as well.
So yeah, we're at this point now in this season. We're filming this after the game against Farnham. This weekend's just been great for you. 2 sub appearances, one at Weymouth, coming on, scoring that goal in front of the City fans. Firstly, that moment for you, what was that like for you?
Yeah, it's special because I hadn't played too much in the past weeks, but being able to get an opportunity and being able to take it as well, it was beautiful. And then scoring in front of our own fans as well, yeah, it was really, really special.
And that header from, I think it's Ben Morgan, just timed that run perfectly, slotted in behind and just put it in the back of the net. A little bit of awareness shown there from you.
Yeah. You hope for those kind of chances as a striker, and then when you do get it, you have to put it away.
And then we get to Farnham on Tuesday. It's a long trip, obviously, down to Surrey. Few City fans made the trip. You come on with 10 men. What's that like for you? As it's probably not something you've been under too many times. Coming on as 10 men as the lone striker. What were the instructions, and how did you want to come on and make an impact like you did?
Yeah, the messages were just to keep us in the game, really. I think Farnham were on top. They were dominating, and I think it was just to keep us in the game, but also that a chance would fall. We were really good on the break, and I just had it in my head that if we did get an opportunity, I really I have to take it because you're only going to get one down to 10, So it was physically taxing because as with 10 men, you're doing the jobs of 2 people. But yeah, when I came on, I just knew that if I had a chance, I was going to take it.
And that chance came. I think it was Harry Pinchard, wasn't it? He just broke through, made an interception, put a lovely ball up the line. It looked like their defender was just going to, clear it away or pass it back to the keeper. But I think he held on to it maybe a bit too long, but you were there, nicked it from his feet. And then, what's the thought in that moment? Is it to find the byline, then try and find a player, or were you aiming at going towards goal and, luckily you just got that clip in behind to win us the penalty?
Yeah, I was always going to go for goal there. I would just want to score then. I always want to score goals. So just trying to drive into the box, commit people, shift and shoot, But yeah, I got clipped, which is even easy. It's also good as well, to win a goal scoring opportunity for the team. And luckily, we slotted it away.
You've got that group of, King Badu, you, Kieran Phillips, that 3 strikers. What's it like having 3 of you, and what's the relationship between you like?
Yeah, it's healthy. It's healthy. It's healthy competition. I think you need that amongst a squad in a season to be successful. You need people pushing you. You need to be out the team and then back in the team, and then that when you're in the team, you have to perform because there's people waiting to take your spot. So yeah, we all have a good relationship. But yeah, it's very healthy competition.
Yeah, I get the feeling that you all want to see each other do well, and this season so far, you've all had a big impact on the season so far.
Yeah, exactly. We're all in it, together. We know that from the start of the season, that it's a massive squad, but it's gonna be a big season. Lots of games coming thick and fast. There'll be injuries, so everyone has to stick together. And everyone will get opportunities, like shown on Saturday and on Tuesday. Everyone will have a part to play, and everyone's all important.
Yeah, and you talk about that big impact and all the opportunities you've had. Is there a standout moment from the couple of months you've been here? Is there one moment where you'd say this is my favourite moment so far this season?
Yeah, I think I'd have to say Weymouth on Saturday, just because we won 3-0. It was in front of the fans. I just really enjoyed that moment. I'd also have to say Hungerford as well, because that was my debut. And yeah, first game, just to score on the first game as well was just unreal.
I think so. I was pitch side filming both of those, and just to see the passion, when you scored, how I remember the Hungerford specifically, how much you were celebrating. What does it mean to you to, as you say, score goals, and then you're right next to those City fans who are there supporting?
Yeah, massive. It means a lot because you come on loan to play, to get minutes, to get exposure, but also you do all the other stuff as well to connect with the fans, to feel the sense of belonging in the team. And I really feel that this year. It's my first loan where I've joined from the start of the season rather than coming in halfway, I think. And yeah, it just feels, every goal that I score, every moment that I create, just enjoying it. I'm enjoying as it's going. It's I'm still really early in my career, so just enjoying men's football.
So we're going to go on to our last segment now, Morgan, the Build a Footballer segment.
Yeah, switching up from the 5-a-side just because there's probably not too many players that you've actually played with. So we're going to build your perfect footballer. So I'm just going to, list off an attribute and you can name it. So if you had to build a footballer, left foot, who would you go with?
Left foot, Messi. Has to be Messi.
Right foot?
Ronaldo.
Pace?
I'll go with Gareth Bale.
Oh. Yeah. Skill?
Neymar.
Has to be, doesn't it? Gotta be. Strength? I got Akinfenwa.
Akinfenwa. What a shout.
Little throwback, yeah. I mean, you might be able to say yourself in a few years this time. I don't know. The way you hold the ball up is something special. Defending,
Ramos. I'll go Ramos. Yeah.
And lastly, footballing brain or IQ.
Footballing brain, De Bruyne. Yeah.
Special.
A hell of a footballer, isn't
Special player that would be.
We won't do the five-a-side, but we'll do. Should we just name a few players that you've played alongside? You know, you and your teammates. You know, in the Cheltenham youth. Everyone's sort of getting a loan now. Everyone's moving around. You're playing. You know, you played against Cam Walters in the Evesham game. Brandon Liggett, who you've also played alongside. Just to end it off, a few names that you've played with that you think, you know, they definitely got a chance to have an established football career, and a few names that, you know, how does it feel, to, you know, see your teammates getting those loans and those moves?
Yeah, I think everyone, you know, has a career to try and develop. So, yeah, it's good. You know, I'm close to Brandon, close to Cam, and yeah, they're top players as well. You know, at this age, it's just all about going out and getting minutes. But yeah, I played alongside some top players, even in the first team. I think the best player I played with, one of the two, I'd say Jordan Thomas and Ethan Archer. Yeah, I'd say they're two of the top players I played with. You know, 1v1 ability, you know, directness, and yeah, just like a lot in their game.
And what's it like seeing, you know, you're training with the first team? Some of those players that, you know, you see Ethan Archer's got himself a move to Luton. Those players, you know, how big are they for you to help develop you as well? Like players like Matty Taylor, who was there when you were just starting out. Those players, how monumental are they for your career too?
Yeah, they're huge. I think leaning on them for experience, especially Matty, is huge in developing, because you can almost be a sponge and absorb the things that they do in their career, what's made them successful, and try implementing that into your own. I thought Matty was a brilliant finisher. He had every type of finish in him. He could, you know, shoot from far. He could caress the ball. He could finesse it. Good with the scrappy goals as well. So yeah, he's really important. And then with Eve, I think we have a good relationship off the pitch. And yeah, just seeing him get his move as well was good, because, you know, it shows that anybody can do it. You know, anybody can get their move with, you know, with the right hard work, and obviously staying close to God as well.
And Alfie May, a little note on him.
Yeah, I didn't train with Alfie May. I was a bit before.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a top player. I think arguably the best player that Cheltenham have had. You know, watching him on the TV, you know, he's just scored goals. His positioning was great. He didn't rely on his physical attributes, because he wasn't the strongest, but, you know, he was quick. He timed his runs, and yeah. And
yeah, I think we'll round it up there. We'll do one last question. Sops, who do you think we should get on this podcast for the next episode?
I think it has to be Hanksy, doesn't it? You know, he's made 300 appearances now. Scored 2 yesterday, so yeah, you got to get him on.
Well, thank you very much for coming, Sops. Hope you've enjoyed it.
Yep.
Morgan, thank you again for being the co-host, and yeah, try and get Hanksy on for the next episode. This has been the TigerTalk Podcast, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.